What's going on, guys? I do appreciate you tuning in today. I'm just going to talk about the kind of coach-client relationship and generally the importance of having a coach and why it can really help having that accountability there. So let's start with the coach-client relationship. So it is a really, really important thing. And through this video, you're going to see my client, Tim. There he is, absolute legend of a man and a really, really hard worker. Tim's on a fat loss journey and he's really trying to push things. So we met at the gym and the first conversation we had was, I saw him doing some heavy squats and I just went, nice one, mate, because I'm a PT at a gym in my local area. And I said to him, nice one, mate, you're doing great. And, that was the first interaction. It looked like he was in his own world, kind of, fighting some demons and all that stuff. So I was just like, mate, you're doing great. You're doing really well. And from there, then he went, oh, cheers, mate. And then he was on the bike in the cardio room. This was like 20 minutes later. I was currently training a client at the time. And then he said, mate, can I just ask you a question? He said, a psalm's good, a psalm's good. And I went, mate, look, if you're just starting out, don't take the psalms, bro. You don't need that stuff. There's all these negative side effects, etc., etc. I said, look, you just need natural training, bro. You need to give yourself a few years to actually get into it before you consider any secret sauce, bro. That's what I said. And then from there, he said, mate, I want your PT sessions. We had a call, we sorted things out. And then from there, we went and got PT sessions together, which was brilliant. And this was a 4 a.m. session. Tim's a very busy man. He owns his own business. So he was like, right, I'm going to London in a few days. I need your support. I want to get a session in like as early as possible. And I was like, mate, let's do 4 a.m. And we did that. So the coach-client relationship is a very, very important thing because from the get-go, me and Tim had an honest relationship. I told him how it is. I could have said, mate, get on the secret sauce, all this shit. But no, I didn't want to lie to him and build a negative relationship. And I just think it's all about being honest and being truthful. And me and Tim have always had that, which is really good. So I feel like when you work with a client, it's all about having that good relationship where I'll genuinely get to know that person and I'll care for them. Like I'll genuinely be like, right, I want to see you do well. Like I have love for them. I'm like, I genuinely care about you. You're a good person. I want you to smash it. That's why my coaching is very limited to certain people. I don't just let anyone come on board, because I need a good relationship with that person. I need to have a vibe with them. And that is the key. So, me and Tim really had that. And that's really, really positive for actually developing the level of accountability. Because Tim is a good person and we have a good relationship, the accountability is tripled because me and Tim both want to see each other win, which is amazing. So there's that level of realness there where Tim's pushing things, but not just for himself, but to actually be a good client for me so I can share his progress, which is really nice because that means the accountability is there. And that's why it's so important having somebody you get on with that's keeping you accountable, because if somebody you get on with is keeping you accountable, you're more likely to show up. And that's because you want them to see you do well. You're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the cheerleader in your corner that genuinely gives a fuck about you. And that is why it's so, so important to genuinely have somebody in your corner that cares. And that's what I try and strive for as a coach. I just wanted to share that with you guys today because I just thought I'd do a bit of a longer video on here because I've done some shorts and I've got some good views. So I wanted to just share this and hopefully get out there that the accountability is very important there. So thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it.